Hi, and welcome to this video on the Anviz EP300 device. Alright, now this here is a device produced by the company Anviz. It's a biometric time clock. Basically, you enroll users and they clock in, clock out, and you get that time. You could use it in your time and attendance, and then you can further use it to prepare your payroll. Alright. The device functions. It has 2,000 employee fingerprints. It can update 2,000 employees fingerprint. About, I think it's 50,000 transactions. All right. And 50,000 transactions. What else about this device? It's low cost. One disadvantage about it is that it only accommodates 2 fingers for a single ID, meaning that an employee, you could only enroll 2 fingers for that employee, which is not bad if for an office environment or anything like that. But if it's an environment where people use, where people's fingerprint gets distorted, then you may want to consider using a different device, right? But generally it works, right? It's really good. I've been using it for quite some time now, and it's one of the low-cost devices. It's a very low-cost device compared to other devices, and it works. It really works. All right, so I just opened the box and I took the device out. I'm going to show you a few things about it. First of all, the time is incorrect. If you notice there, the time it came with the time of the country that it was produced in. I'm just going to change the time on it. Alright, so you come into that, come into setup, right, system, and here we have time. Alright, I'm going to change this time. The date is 10:30, which is correct. Alright. Right, apparently you have to go through 10, 30, 2013, and the time now, my time is 11:10. Okay, and then just press OK. Oh, apparently I could press OK and move to the next one. Okay. Alright, so all I needed to do was just press OK until the arrow reached this point here, and then I just press, and then I just take the set the time. Alright, so press escape, press cancel. Here it comes up, do you want to save changes? OK to save, and our time is set. Now I'm going to enroll a user. Alright, we're going to enroll user ID 1, and we're going to enroll a fingerprint. See here, this is what I'm talking about. It's only 2 fingerprint. Alright, you could only have 2 fingerprint for a single pin. So this pin, 2 fingerprints. Alright, so I'm going to enroll the first fingerprint for this one here. Press OK. It says place your finger. I'm going to place my finger. Take off. 1, 2. It says input again. 1, 2. Alright, so here you have enroll OK. Alright, and you press save for OK. You could set the second finger, okay, fingerprint number 2. So now it's on fingerprint number 2. And I'm going to press this finger here, and that's OK. Now let's see what happens when I try to enroll. Apparently, okay. Let's see if this function, usually this function should work. If I place the same finger for the same pin, You see it says repeated. If I use the same finger that I used for employee 1, it says input again, fingerprint repeated. So I can't use that same finger for 2 employee pin. Okay, that's a very good feature. I think almost all biometric devices come with that feature, right? It's not one specific to the EP300, but here we have a simple system. It's verified. It says thank you. It says thank you again. All right. Thank you. All right. Now there are a couple other features, very nice features about these devices. One of them, let me go through this with you, is the okay, not there. So log setup, re-verify. Yes, re-verify. You could set it to say 3 minutes. Okay. All right. So basically, what that is saying, what that feature does. All right. Let me go through this over with you. All right. Now, suppose an employee comes in to clock, and the employee places the finger one time, and places the finger, and then places it again a second time. The employee might do that to make sure that a punch is registered. You can't blame the employee for that. I mean, I can't tell the employee, look, only place your finger one time. I like to tell employees, place the finger about 2 or 3 times on the device to ensure that your punch is registered. But sometimes what happens is that the employee, you don't want to collect all 3 of those punches. An employee, you don't want to collect all 3 punches for an employee when that employee goes to clock. So what you do, you set a time frame that is going to reject any additional punches between that time from that time of the first punch. Okay, so to do that, come to menu, and you come to setup, come to log setup, and then you have re-verify. In this case, all right, let me just go that over for you again so that you see. All right, press menu, you're into menu, you come to setup, you come to log, and then you come to re-verify. It's very important to set this. Very important, because you don't want to have employees making duplicate punches within the same short period of time. All right, you just don't want them doing that. So in this case, I set my re-verify to 3 minutes. Okay, let's see if there's a message. See, so you have there already passed. All right, so it tells the user you already clock in. So for the next 3 minutes from the first punch, it's going to say already passed. And you see how fast the verify minutes is? Very, very fast. That's one of the things I like about this device. It takes very short period of time to log in. And even if I use my second finger that I enroll, it says already passed because that pin has been registered. A punch has been registered for that pin. All right. Now, I'm going to show you another feature about this device that it's in particular to this device. I've only seen it with this device compared to other devices. All right. It's a very nice feature for if you have multi locations. and you want all that data to come to one central point. Okay? Excuse me. The feature is to set your remote IP address. All right. Now, naturally, you need a static IP if you don't ever want to change the IP on this device again, right? So, for example, if your current external IP address is 192.168.1.201, I'm just calling out the figure here. And your ISP changes that IP ever so often, right? Then chances are you will need to change the IP of that remote server in your device when that IP changes. But we're going to get to that. If you need any assistance with it, just let me know. But in the meantime, for now, we're just going to use the IP address. I'm just going to show you how to configure it. All right. So you come to menu, setup, log setup, not log setup. Sorry. Go to system. All right. Then you come to net. All right. You have mode, server or client. You set the client, and you will see here you have server IP address. Now in this case, my IP address, let's set this IP address to 100 dot 2.0.0.2 165 and let's say 20. Okay, and I press escape and I save that. Now that there, all right, that will basically that will allow my computer to send the data, all right, to send the data across the internet. Of course, you need to configure these as well. You should configure your IP address. All right, my favorite is .1.201. I always like to start with 201 as my IP addresses for my devices. All right, and subnet default gateway. All right, .1.1. Okay, and we're good. So basically, those are the main. Let me just recap. That's basically it there. But with this particular model of device, some nice features. It's very fast, low cost. It does the job basically. It's going to do the job that you need it to do. Register this time to this employee pin. The net to be able to transfer data from one location to the next. That's very useful. You could also transfer data via USB, but I mean, if your location has internet access, you can just configure the net and you'll be able to pull the data remotely. All right. So that basically wraps it up for this Anviz EP300 device. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.